If you're a coach who's tired of grinding, you're posting content, you're running ads, you're joining masterminds, yet you're still not seeing the growth you want, I've got good news for you. There's a proven system that's signing 20 plus high ticket clients every single month for top coaches. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can install it in your business right now. Because if you stick with me by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear roadmap to predictable, scalable growth. Now, I know what you're thinking. It sounds great, Chris, but does it actually work? And let me show you the numbers. One coach had an increase of $318,000 in just 30 days using this system. Another coach messaging us saying they're collecting more cash than ever before. Another coach getting started did $52,000 in just 1 week after implementing our system. Another coach did $100,000 in cash collection and increased their MRR by $35,000 in just the first week with us. We helped another coach that was struggling to fill their calendars book 60 sales calls in just 7 days. One coach achieved a game-changing 91% show-up rate for their booked calls, eliminating no-show frustration. One coach using our strategies pulled in $566,000 in sales in just 1 month without spending $1 on ads. Another coach cracked $1 million in profit for every 90 days. And yes, that is every quarter putting another $1 million in his personal bank account. And one coach was so thrilled that they shared a YouTube video detailing how our system can help them towards $2 million a month. And do I promise you'll get results like this? Absolutely not. I am not a wizard and there is no magic wand here. But what I can promise is that you follow the system and put in the work, you'll have the best shot at scaling your coaching business without the usual guesswork and frustration that's probably slowing you down right now. So what's the secret? Then it comes down to answering one crucial question right now. What is the best way to get new clients and keep them paying you more for longer? Now, in this episode, I'm breaking it all down for you step by step. What you're going to learn is the $1 million roadmap, which is our 3-stage process to go from 10K a month to 10K a week to 10K a day, plus the 8-figure RMAS method, which is the actual playbooks we use to be able to have predictable and reliable sales every single month. And then also under this video, I've got a link to the full report that you can access for free, no opt-in, none of those shenanigans, so you can see how to be able to implement this system into your business as we go through this episode together as well. And if we're both honest with each other, if effort alone was the answer, you'd be swimming in clients and cash by now. But most coaches are actually trapped in one or all of these 4 growth killing pitfalls that they probably don't even realize that they're in. One of the most common issues is coaches having inconsistent lead flow, which is really AKA feast or famine mode. 1 month, you're crushing it with a full calendar. The next, crickets. And if that sounds familiar, there's a lot of hope marketing that really comes across from this. And you're trying to cross your fingers, trying to get referrals and hope that leads come into your inbox. The fix to that is you don't need to post more or manifest clients. You need a proven, repeatable lead generation system that's just going to bring in leads like clockwork without you hoping and just having the results. The second big issue that we see is an over-reliance on social media. No, stick with me for this one. Because this is if you feel like you're on this content creating hamster wheel and you're spinning out post after post and you are just a dancing bear for that algorithm, God, please stop. But also, you're not alone because most coaches burn out trying to feed that content monster instead of actually focusing on the few things that are actually going to grow their revenue. And the fix here is being able to have this system in place where the weight is taken off your shoulders. And so instead of relying on social media gymnastics, we can use precision campaigns to bring in those quality leads and turn them into high value clients. Now, you could also be stuck on a scaling bottleneck. And this is really that also known as the I'm the business trap. And this is the way it plays out because the cold, harsh truth reality is without systems, you are the business. And if you can't walk away from your business for a day, for a week, then you don't have a business. You have a job. And that is where we want to be able to fix this by having an automated team and systems working together using the processes that are actually going to work so that you're not having to recruit, manage and train team members and not even getting the results that you want. And now the fourth big problem for you to avoid is the inefficient sales processes, because maybe you've got leads, but they're ghosting you, they're showing up cold, or they're just not even biting. They're not signing on with you. And without a solid follow-up system, without an actual converting offer, then it's very likely that you've probably got a lot of people, a lot of leads in the friend zone. They'll follow your stuff, they'll like, they'll comment, they might even open your emails, but God damn it, they're not buying from you. And we need to fix that. We need to be able to have the sales framework that ensure every lead is nurtured and engaged and then converted. Because the good news is, and the bad news, but the good news first is every single one of these problems has a fix to it. The bad news is hustling harder isn't going to actually fix it. And you can trust me because I've goddamn tried that, and it's not about working harder. Because the reality simply is it's not about doing more. It's about doing the few right things with the right systems. Because if we really face it, the market is an absolute dumpster fire of noise right now. Standing out from the crowd is one of the most critical things you need to do. And every one of their dog is a coach right now these days. And being able to stand out and importantly build trust is harder than ever. But it is something you can do by doing things differently compared to what everyone else is doing. And to make things worse upon that as well, we're also in the middle of a full-blown trust crisis. I know right now you're watching this and you're listening to me being like, this sounds okay, Chris, kind of sounds true, but there's skepticism behind there. And the problem is, meanwhile, your competition is multiplying like rabbits, and they're using old school tactics like webinars and challenges and just posting content until your fingers bleeds. Those are not cutting it anymore to be able to get away from your competition. Because so many coaches that come to us today are saying the exact same things. They're saying the exact same problems. They're saying leads are costing more than ever, and they're eating up those profit margins, and they're making it harder to make a sale. Sales call no-shows are going absolutely through the roof. The conversion rates are dropping. They're getting harder and harder. And even though you're doing everything the gurus are saying, your sales conversions aren't going up. Now, I say all of this because it is not your fault. The problem isn't you. It's the broken, outdated systems that you've been sold. But if you stick with me, I want to walk you through exactly what we're using to grow our partner portfolio. Because we're behind the scenes, because we are actually building the funnels, writing the copy, running the ads, closing the deals of some of the most successful coaching businesses today, I can give you this. But where this all really started was actually, well, what all of us entrepreneurs are told to do. It was in Bali at a sauna at 6 a.m. And there was me with sweat dripping down my face as I chatted with Simon. Now, Simon was a coach in his early 30s. And about midway through our conversation, he dropped an absolute bombshell. And he said, I'd give you $20,000 to go through your Google Drive, Chris. And I laughed, thinking he was just taking the piss out of me, but he was dead serious. And I was like, well, why? And he goes, well, one client is worth $5,000 to me. And if your strategies help me get a bunch of clients, well, it's worth absolutely every cent. And that's what got me thinking. So I went back to my office, I opened up my laptop, and I pulled out everything. And I went through everything that we're currently using, from the proven funnels, the high converting ad campaigns, the sales scripts that we're using, and all of the strategies, depending on where each coach actually needs, was working. And that is why me and my team are behind the scenes of the successful coaching business today, because we're not just building and optimizing their funnels or running their ads and closing the deals. We're also analyzing week to week the data across all of these multiple high performing businesses. And that's what I want to give you. That's why I'm probably coming off a little bit cocky, a little bit too confident in saying this stuff, but it's just because I know what's actually working. Because from what Simon wanted and what I'm offering you is the same shortcut. It's that system that is literally right now signing 5 to 20 high ticket clients every single month. But with me being in the coaching industry, for nearly 20 years now, I know that there's two kinds of coaches today. And this is for you. Which of these two are you? Because the first type of coach, they grind for their money. They're working 12 to 14 hours a day. They're constantly stressed and anxious about their finances, how they're going to generate leads, what about hitting their revenue goals, and what about actually being able to pay their team members. They'll even work for months or even years without a vacation. And it's what I did, and it's all because there's an illusion of freedom. And unfortunately, you'll see in a moment that they never will have that freedom. Because the second type of coach, that's the type of coach that lives a life of real financial freedom. They're doing the work and love that's impacting lives. They're traveling the world whenever they want. They're spending as much time with their family as they choose. They are working not because they have to, but because they want to, and they love the work that they do. And on top of that, their wealth and their freedom, it grows in the process. And how does that happen? What's the difference between those two types of coaches? A predictable, a reliable system that nearly grows their income on autopilot. Because every month there's $20,000, $40,000, $60,000 or more rolls into their bank account, no matter what's happening in their business, no matter what's happening in the economy. Because look, I don't know about you, but I wanted to become an entrepreneur in the first place because I wanted freedom. And to do what I want, when I wanted, with whom I wanted, is why I started my business. Because if you're with me, because if you're nodding your head yes, then this system is going to be for you. And this isn't just a roadmap. This is really a strategic, proven process that we break down into 4 key pillars. The 4 key pillars is what I want you to have inside of your business. These things actually work. You generate leads, quality leads, the type of leads you want to be working with. You convert those leads easily without you having to bang your head against a wall. You deliver amazing results to them, and you are able to have the operations of your business so your business operates like clockwork, so that I dare say you can even walk away from your business for some time. So let me walk you through the exact phases we use to take coaches from the I just want to hit 10K a month to the holy crap, I'm actually doing multiple 6 figures a month and I have a real life. So let me walk you through these stages. The first stage we call the incubator. And typically it's between $0 to $35,000 a month. It's not a hard and fast rule 35, but typically it's between $0 to $35K a month. And this is also really known as when someone's going to be saying, what the hell am I doing? This is when you're just going to be hustling your face off, trying everything, probably feeling like you're spinning your wheels, because I've been there for very many years when I was first trying to get my online business up and running back in 2013. That's how long I've been doing this for. And the fix really is being able to focus in this stage on 3 essentials. And this is where we need to be able to walk you through the process for lead generation. It's not about going viral. It's about using a cash campaign that's going to get the first batch of clients coming on, the type of people you want to be working with. It's obviously about conversions, where we want to be able to have that playbook so simple that honestly, my 7-year-old daughter could follow this. And seriously, I've tested this and she can. There's no more awkward sales conversations, just a process that gets them signing on. And then there's the delivery. So you can actually be able to get your clients amazing results, but you're not spending tons and tons of your time bleeding over them being able to do it. You actually have a process that you can replicate through that. Because we want to be able to go from that 0 to 35. We want to be able to move to stage 2. And we call this the step up stage. And this is typically between $35,000 to $100,000 a month. And this is really when somebody starts to say, wait, I think this is actually working. You could skip subscribing now, sure. But imagine 6 months down the line when you randomly stumble back here and realize you've missed out on all of this gold. Now, don't put your future self in that awkward position. Hit subscribe now, because your future self will high five your present you. This is a good point to have, but we don't want to get stuck here, because hitting 35K a month is when things start to feel real, when most coaches are actually starting now to feel stuck because they're not being able to do that scary word scale, because growth can slow down, overwhelm creeps in, and suddenly you're spending more time actually managing the chaos in your business than doing the work that you want to. And this is where we need to really dial in some key areas. We need to roll out a direct to offer funnel where we want to be able to have top of funnel strategy, so we can go to people that don't know you and start bringing them into knowing you, to converting them. And the converting them is where we need to use things like the $1 million microwave and the 4P close system. This is where we want to take people from being able to be like meh to money in the bank. And then really important, the delivery side of things is this is where you want to be able to start getting yourself out of it and start being able to clone yourself with team and systems being able to do that. Now, also, we want to be able to have dashboards, scorecards, and communication rhythms inside of your business, so the operations of your business is not you just trying to figure everything out every single day as well. Now, once we get out of that stage, we go from stage 2 to 3, and this is the grow up stage, typically between $100,000 to $250,000 a month. And this is when we really hit what I call the infamous $1 million myth. And this is something I got taught from a friend and a mentor of mine, Alex Schafer, and it was so brilliant. So many coaches think once they get to $1 million a year that all of their troubles are going to be just vanished and they're going to be living the dream life. And that is very much not the case at all. It's going to be when you are most likely more stressed because your business is really built with duct tape and string keeping it together. And that's why we want to build out those processes and systems so that you have repeatable lead generation, repeatable conversions, and repeatable delivery. This is when we can really start to scale a business and really start to hit speed and also really start to increase profit margins as well. This is typically when a coach is going to really start seeing a huge difference in their lifestyle, in the freedom that they have as well. And this is where you can start to implement something like the 30-day vacation playbook, where you can have your business actually start to thrive without you having to be there. So you can step away and start to enjoy yourself. And then we go into stage 4 with, to be perfectly honest, not every coach wants to actually go into. It goes beyond the realm of right now, but we'll just go into what stage 4 is. And this is scale up, typically between $250 a month and $1 million a month. And this is when you really want to ask, do I really want this? Because at this point, there is a big jump between what the business in an infrastructure actually needs to be. This is where you're going to need some hierarchy, a leadership team. And there is a little bit feeling not in such a bad way, but it starts feeling a little bit more corporate because it's systemized. So there's a big difference from that free-flowing entrepreneurial feel to what the company has to become to be able to go up to this scale-up stage as well. So we need to start bringing in some key hires. You need somebody such as a scale in operations, a head of revenue, being able to have the actual finances properly taken care of with even a fractional CFO in place. But again, these are where some real systems and infrastructure need to come in place. And I'll be perfectly honest, a lot of coaches get to, let's say, about $200 to $250K a month. They don't want to take that next step to grow from there. And that's a smart thing because they're growing the business that gives them the life that they want. Now, to make this happen, this is really important. This is where the rubber meets the road now, is the 8 accelerator profit flywheel. Now, sounds pretty fancy, but it's really important. The 8 accelerators are the 8 things we need to be able to focus on where momentum builds and results start to stack up. And this is where we need to be able to look at your acquisition, where we need to be able to get more leads and better conversions and bigger sales. There's retention, so clients don't just sign up, but they stick around and pay you for longer. Really importantly, increasing your LTV. Then there's the profit. So there's more cash in your back pocket and there's more streamlined operations with better margins. Because once we go from this important 8 factors, then we can go inside the model a little bit deeper. And then we look at the 11 playbooks. And this is how we create a predictable selling system. So this is where we really want to be able to look at the things that are what's working right now so that you can have high quality leads and turn them into high value clients. And this is typically stuff that your business coaches and gurus aren't telling you right now, because they're probably just telling you to post more content or to run another lead magnet. And that's not what we want to do. We want to be able to do things such as a direct to offer funnel. So you can forget lead magnets that take forever and we can get leads converting faster. We want the $1 million mechanism. So we can turn casual leads into raving ready to buy clients. We want precision targeting campaigns so that we can actually not waste money and get the most out of every single penny you spend on ads. And then from those 11 playbooks, we go deeper inside the model to what we call the precision cycle. So there's no more wasted effort because we need to be precise on what we're working on. Otherwise, we're just wasting time and effort. And please agree, let's not do that. And this is why we go through the process of number 1, we diagnose what's the biggest constraint, what is the bottleneck in your business right now. Then we need to, secondly, install the playbook and plug in the right strategy with precision. We very importantly need to use data to validate. So we're not flying blind. We know exactly what's working and not working. And then fourthly, we need to optimize and then repeat that process again. And it's really important those last 2 things are in place so that we know that we're actually installing the right solution into your business. It's working the way that it needs to work. So you're not going to stress about it and it's not going to break. And then you can move on to the next constraint in your business. Now, if this sounds different, it's for a very good reason. We are not a coaching program. We're not business coaches. We are not an agency. We are your growth partner. And unlike business coaches, we don't just give you advice. We are installing the real systems that actually do the work. Unlike agencies, we don't just run ads. We build the complete selling system that is going to be able to grow your bottom line. And unlike anyone else, we've actually got skin in the game. We don't make money off courses or masterminds. No, our business is growing our partners' businesses. We are able to then be able to open up our licensing system so that coaches can get direct access to what's working today so they can install it and be able to use in their business for faster growth. And this is why I'm so confident in being able to scale coaches, well, the right coaches that fit at the end of the day, because we want to be able to come in with the proven campaigns and the funnels. We want to be able to have that fully managed execution team doing all of the work, from writing copy to taking care of the tech to running the actual ads. We want to be able to have clear data so we can make educated decisions and there's no more guessing. We want to have direct ROI accountability, because if we don't actually get your results, you don't pay it. And that's the period of it. Because at the bottom line, at the end of the day, you don't have to figure all of this out on your own. You don't have to keep spinning your wheels. You don't have to waste more money on hoping things will finally click at the end of the day. Because we've built the systems, we've proven that it works, and we can install it for you. And look, if you've made it this far, you're probably thinking, okay, Chris, this sounds great, but what's the catch? Or maybe you're wondering, is this actually really worth my time? And I get it. You've probably been burnt before. You've signed up for programs that have been over-promising but under-delivering. You've listened to gurus. You've listened to all the podcasts. You've watched the YouTube videos. You've bought the courses. And honestly, you're skeptical, and I would be too. That here's the deal. I'm not here to sell you some magic pill. I'm here to show you what actually works and how we can do it for you. And that's why the best next step is to book in a free demo call so we can show you how this actually works inside of your business. So there's no mystery, there's no surprises. So you simply click the link somewhere around this video, you book in your free strategy session. We walk you through, we go under the hood of your business, audit your business, and map out step by step what is the game plan you need specifically to scale your business. And if it's a fit, fantastic. We'll be able to install the entire system for you, from the marketing to the sales, so you can focus on what you do best. And if it's not a fit, look, there's no hard feelings. You get to walk away with the clarity on what you need to do best and seeing what actually is best working for the coaches for you to run with it. And look, we've helped coaches go from 10K to 100K months, and we'd love to do the same thing for you. But the thing is, we can't work with everyone. We're not the great and best fit for everyone either. And the thing is, once our spots are full, we're full. We only work with a limited amount of coaches as well, because our business is not scaling the amount of coaches we actually serve. Our business is growing our partners' businesses. And also, if you're thinking about, well, how much is this going to cost me, Chris? It's a good question. And so let's actually talk about it. Most business coaching programs charge anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a month. And what you're probably going to get is group calls, a few PDFs, and a whole lot of pep talks at the end of the day. If you're paying for agencies, they're probably going to gladly take your money. They're going to run in your ads and they're going to call it a day. But what we do is we install the entire system, make sure it's actually working inside of your business. Because for the fraction of a cost of a business coach or an agency, where most of our clients, just one extra client for them, and it covers the actual cost of all of us doing the work for them. And many of them are signing 10, 15, 25 more clients a month using our system. And to make it a no-brainer as well, if you are a right fit, we have a full 90-day money-back guarantee. And so that's to make sure that there is no pressure and there's no risk for you to come on board. There's no catch and there's no fine print with it. So the worst case scenario is you click the link somewhere around here, you book in a demo call, you get to speak with one of my team members, and they're going to show you behind the scenes so you can see exactly how the system works. Best case scenario is we install everything for you, you scale faster, you lean back, and dare I say, even relax and enjoy your business because we're taking care of the growth for you. So if you're tired of figuring all of this out on your own and you're ready just to have the right team in your corner working for you, doing the heavy lifting, then you know the drill. Click the link, book in your free demo session, and if you are a good fit, amazing, we'll be able to go for it. But Our promise is there's no cheesy sales tactics. This is just a real conversation to see how we can actually help you grow. Hey, if you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you. Seriously, the fact that I get to sit here and share what I've learned and hopefully make your life a little bit better, that means the world to me. And this is why I do it, because years ago I was searching for the same answers and now I get to pass it on. So if you haven't hit subscribe yet, well, let's not make this weird. Go ahead and do it, because I'm going to keep showing you more of the insights with a few of the bad jokes, but hopefully something that actually helps you move forward. So I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next episode.